Welcome back to Throttle Trap, where we watch some of the most epic stunts to learn from. Today, let's see who will be the next star in this collection of throttle traps. This is a demonstration of Newton's third law on the railway. For every force, there is a reaction force that is much stronger. The car bravely defied the laws of physics and received an unforgettable lesson. The performance of ice skating skills was extremely skillful, but unfortunately the stage was a bit cramped and the audience was not prepared in advance. The judges gave 10 points for technique, 0 points for safety. When you play flipper pinball in real life, the truck is the ball and all the surrounding cars are scoring targets. A multi-kill is an unwanted kill. Those two must have a sixth sense or just finished watching The Matrix. Their reflexes were faster than the speed of the oncoming truck. What a dodging! This motorcyclist had a front row seat to admire the container trucks bowing to the audience and was lucky to escape an unwanted hug. The U-Haul truck proves that red lights are just a decoration suggestion. A surprise delivery right at the intersection. The customer did not order but still received the full combo of truck and goods. The car driver probably thought the truck was just a visual effect and decided to go through it, but in reality, his car turned into a faulty version of an accordion. This woman must have used up all her luck for a year in just one moment, turning a potential tragedy into a story for life. Part 1. Take off like a professional long jumper. Part 2. Land like a brick. It seems the driver skipped the lesson about friction and gravity in school. Running a red light and crashing straight into a larger vehicle was a terrible decision. The car driver gave himself no chance of survival. The red light is not a suggestion, it is an order. Don't make the intersection your final starting line. The 720-degree spin ended with a passionate kiss with a power pole. Unfortunately, the power pole was not the ideal dance partner. The unfortunate black pickup truck became the unwitting target in this spectacular display of destruction. This cargo tanker whale probably forgot it was not an F1 racing car when it entered a corner. The result was an impressive sleep on its side, and the car next to it became an unwilling hug pillow. Maybe the homeowners should consider installing a tank-proof door after this. A lesson in distinguishing between the accelerator and brake pedals. After being forced to the side, the car decided to do a flip and spew smoke to express its displeasure. Luckily, our hero got out of the car like a professional stuntman. The bus driver seems to have mistaken the road markings as absolute priority reserved for him. When Mother Nature gave us a test, this driver chose send it and took off for a high-flying flight. Unfortunately, the landing was like a diver, forgetting to fill the pool. A moment of silence for the hundreds of beer warriors who died heroically. The truck, in a moment of inspiration, decided to turn the entire curve into a free beer festival. After years of being chained, the wheel made a spectacular breakout and decided to find a new horizon. Unfortunately, the first travel companion it met was a bus, creating a fateful encounter. When you want to water ski but forget to bring a board, the white car did an artistic aquaplaning but ended up martial arts exchange with two other cars. A Romance of the Three Kingdoms performance in the middle of the street. His driver probably set his car to free-fall mode. A straight shot from the 4th floor of a parking garage proves that sometimes the shortest path isn't always the best. The car has become a work of contemporary art.
Ля-ля-ля, что делает? О, ты посмотри, что мудак делает. Надо вызволить все. Давай ему пизды, блядь, дадим.
Слышь ты, урод!
Слышь ты,
Иди,
мудак,
блядь, нахуй!
конченый, блядь! Ты урод, блядь, конченый, пизды ему дать, тварь такая!
When you try to bully an ambulance, the whole universe will conspire to teach you a lesson. The taxi driver had to face the justice squad from the Land Cruiser who clearly have no time for ignorance. The car parkour athlete had an excellent performance. The takeoff was perfect. The landing through the fence was extremely smooth. It's just a pity that the ground judge did not give high marks. The The black car driver made an unexpected off-road move, turning the intersection into a landing zone and checking in the backyard of a resident's house without an invitation. Sign: Stop. Truck driver: a challenge. Result: the bridge was sacrificed to prove that sometimes small signs contain very heavy truths. An unequal confrontation between stubbornness and the law of collapse. This bus decided to end its journey earlier than expected, choosing a stop in the middle of a poetic mountainside. An impromptu dance performance of the upside-down dance on the highway. The blue SUV, after a groundbreaking lane change, performed a perfect 3-turn spin before landing. Deserves a round of applause from the rescue team. The road has decided to teach this driver a lesson in friction, and the snowbank on the side of the road has become the ideal classroom, a completely free snow mud spa. A duel in the rain between a white knight and a monster truck. The knight tried to glide, but forgot that the slippery road was not the ideal stage. The result was a dramatic fall, but fortunately the monster was able to brake in time. And here is the performance of the car parkour athlete. A spectacular javelin over the fence, a 360-degree spin in the air, and a landing that couldn't be more artistic. The green buses picking up passengers along the way accidentally started a real-life version of billiards. Instead of marbles, we have a truck and a passenger car creating a touch that couldn't be more precise. This guy is definitely auditioning for a role in Fast and Furious 2 Wheels Edition. An impressive display of skill, but he may have chosen the wrong stage. It seems the white BMW thought the sidewalk was a special launch pad for changing lanes. A very even version of the dominoes on the highway. These drivers are probably playing the stick closer than friends game, and when the first car stops, all of them will receive the same ending. After a long journey, the container truck seemed too tired and decided to lie down and take a nap right in the middle of the intersection. This guy on a motorbike just had a date with death. His panicked turn was definitely a lesson he'll never forget. Luckily, life gave him a second chance. This was an unplanned flight with a landing that couldn't have been worse. The car decided to take a shortcut down. An unexpected tail kiss right at a green light intersection. The white Mercedes driver tried to make a miraculous leapfrog across lanes but miscalculated by a millimeter. The result was an involuntary leaning and a lesson in patience. He successfully passed the level 1 challenge of the crossing, but forgot that the final boss was the entire train that was rushing towards him. With just one improvised turn of the dump truck driver, the whole neighborhood got a free cardio workout without any warning. Luckily, our unwilling athletes all have great reflexes. This situation proves a basic law of physics. Force is powerless. The white Innova rushed forward like a professional bowling pin, and the poor red car was the pin that stood still and took the hit. A perfect strike. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a terrifying version of an Oreo cookie. The cream in the middle is a small car, and the 2 chocolate pieces are 2 big truck friends. Not a sweet combination at all. Changing lanes like a gust of wind, cutting across traffic and causing a catastrophic domino effect. A hasty decision turned the entire stretch of road into a junkyard. The car driver probably thought he was safe, but he didn't expect a moving rock to come from the side. This is a fireworks display, a highway version. The truck in front probably braked too hard, turning the car behind into a self-propelled artillery. A spectacular display of destruction when 2 trains decide to meet each other. This is probably a large-scale physics test to see which is stronger, and the result is neither. Irresponsible parking, blocking traffic, and creating a death trap for other vehicles. Lack of awareness is the main cause of such incidents. Once again, we witness an unequal confrontation between a truck and a train. The truck driver probably thought he could time travel through the train, but in fact, he couldn't. A double sword between 2 buses, creating a spectacular explosion. Perhaps the 2 drivers wanted to recreate an action movie scene, but forgot that this was real life.
Crazy.
A dramatic chase between the police and a cyclist. This guy chose the most fresh way to escape, jumping into the river. The police had to switch from pursuit mode to rescue mode in a split second. The opening is a trying your luck move by a truck deciding to confront fate by crashing straight into a legally moving car. The result is an unexpected fireworks display and a crushed car.
Блять, куда ты? Ёбаный в рот, блять!
The white truck made an artistic dodging move, but forgot that gravity always wins. This is a magic performance when a car tries to go through a motorbike. And of course, the magic fails miserably, turning the intersection into a chaotic stage. An involuntary skating, and luckily he got up in time before becoming part of the road. This was a head-to-head performance between two trucks, and it seemed that neither wanted to give way. When you think you're driving a mini tank and decide to test it out with a mobile fortress, the black driver made history by turning his car into a billiard ball and creating a spectacular fireworks display with debris. This is when a giant bowling ball decided to join the traffic. The truck driver apparently confused the brake pedal with the rocket launch button, turning the intersection into a bowling alley and the parked cars into poor batteries. And here is a sudden iron rain falling from the sky. The crane decided to give an unwanted gift to the cars below. Luckily, the driver miraculously escaped. This is an unequal confrontation between two giants. The cargo truck decided to test the dump truck, and the result was a spectacular explosion. With a head-on collision into the ground, he successfully graduated in just 2 seconds and received the prestigious scrap iron degree. this vehicle seems to be trying to parachute from the bridge. Driving in bad weather conditions, limited visibility, combined with not controlling the speed and lack of observation, led to a catastrophic head-on collision. A rice paper flip performance by a truck, turning the slope into a dangerous stage. Perhaps the driver thought he was participating in an artistic hill climbing competition. This guy on a motorbike probably thought he could pass through space over the truck. A reckless cutoff, and the result was a very painful fall. And that's it for this week's Epic Stunts. Hope everyone learned some life lessons. If you find it interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next masterpieces. Comment on the situation you find the most impressive. Drive safely.